here with me, and we will be live also on Facebook. So there's Facebook and YouTube running right now. I love this platform and I hope they are able to get this figured out. Hey, Teddy girl, let's get you on there. So we're also live on Facebook all at the same time. So bear with me here on Haps. Cool. All right. So Teddy's jumping on. Teddy, can you hear me?
Yep.
Cool. So let me fix my camera here because you guys can only see. Are you on Haps too, sis?
Yes, I am on apps on my tablet.
Okay, so we were like last minute trying to figure this thing out because we want to make sure that Facebook is on too. Olivia, hi Olivia, Thais here. Hey Olivia, Instagram is not streaming on Haps yet, so we are not, unfortunately, not able to do that. So Teddy, I'm waiting for you on Haps. Yes.
So what do I need to click something like a camera or something?
Yeah, it says that you're joining in. So I got you in on Haps too. Yay, we love technology.
Okay.
At the same time, sometimes
see if
oh,
working.
Olivia, thank you so much. You're the best. She gave us an award. I love you. So I want to always thank Olivia. She is my geek, amazing, hot, sexy friend. So intelligent. She teaches me so much. And she is the one that taught me how to do all this different techie things that were not part of my life, but today they are and they have to be. So today we have something super exciting. We talked about the BOGO box yesterday, right? We had oily hour. So every Monday, Olivia and I have the oily hour. Everybody's invited. We talk about different topics. And today we have BOGO day 1. So Teddy, open your camera on Haps because I can't see
It's
your
not
face,
working.
beautiful face on Haps. But
Camera's not working.
I can probably hear you on Haps.
Yeah, can you hear?
Yeah.
It doesn't. My cameras are not working. So, but
But
you can hear, right, on
Yes.
Haps or no?
Yes, I can hear you on Haps.
Can you
I just
hear
set
me
it
on
up. I can hear you on
Haps?
Haps. Yeah. So today we have BOGO day 1. Hello, Patty. So Patricia is here. Call her Patty.
No,
We have BOGO day 1. Just to make it clear, we got a few questions about this. So when we have a BOGO box, you can get the box until it runs out. Usually it runs out. That it's happened so many times. And until it runs out, you have access to the box, okay? So the BOGO box, you have the 6 essential oils that we talked about yesterday. You get the adaptive as a gift for people that get the box. And you'll get 6 extras that we don't know about yet. The only one we know about so far is arbovitae because it's day 1 of BOGO. So you can get the BOGO box, or if you wish, you can get the single BOGO, okay? Lana, my English is so bad, so sorry. Don't be sorry. My English got much better. We just practice. Practice. I have on my Instagram, I have most of the people there are from Brazil. So we're trying to expand a little bit more global as far as social media goes. So Teddy, what you got for us today on lavender and arbovitae?
Okay, so first of all, can you hear me? Because the volume
Can
is very.
smile big because you look so beautiful in your smile.
Okay.
She's all concerned. She's like, I'm so confused.
Okay,
We're going on
so
Haps. What's going
today's
on
BOGO
Instagram?
is the lavender, and you get an arbovitae, and arbovitae is actually sourced out of Canada, and it's done sustainably, and the smell it's very woodsy. I equate it to almost like a campfire smell. So it brings back feelings of family and fun whenever I smell it, and it's very good for the skin. It's very anti-aging. I'm just going to say that word: cellular support, cellular renewal. and it blends well with lavender if you want to use it topically on the skin, and if you want to diffuse it, it blends well with other wood type of oils or the tree oils, cypress, some of the other fir oils. And I'm excited about that. And the story goes, these trees live for a very long time after they're knocked down. And so they found that the compounds in the arbovitae
is, again, very, it repels insects, and nothing wants to touch that trunk of wood once it's knocked down. And again, it's because of the compounds that are found in that oil in the tree. So it can just survive and be, kind of a living tree, even though it's been chopped down. So doTERRA sources it very sustainably in the northern part of Canada. And I don't know if you want to share any other.
You know what? I love, I love all of that. But I also, when we learn about arbovitae or arbovitae, whichever you want to use, we learned also about everything that doTERRA does, we do sustainably, right? So everything we do is through the co-impact sourcing of doTERRA. And that means that everything that's done from both sides of the bottle, everything is done sustainably. So the agriculture that is done to get these oils in our homes, they are done in a way that benefits every single person that's involved in the process of creating an essential oil. And the sawdust of the arbovitae trees is what's used in doTERRA for the essential oil. So, and that's something that they would just not use, that it would just go to waste. And doTERRA is able to make sure that we use every single part of that tree. So sustainability is important, and this is coming up a lot in the past 2 weeks when we talk about regenerative agriculture, and that's something that I'd love to bring a little bit more to the forefront for people to learn about it. I'm going to invite some of the people that are involved with it and why it's important. So we've done, as human beings, we've done a lot of damage to our planet, and there are many ways that we can try to fix it, try to bring it back to a balance. And doing co-impact sourcing, through co-impact sourcing, we can do that. What I love about the essential oils, you can look at the essential oils for the physical aspects and the physical benefits. But for me, I've always worked my spiritual, emotional first. Then it will respond in my physical body, right? And this book right here, I have shown this book to you before. This is the Essential Oils and Emotions. It's a book. And what's beautiful about this book right here, what's so beautiful about this book is Natalie Goddard was telling me the story of the person that wrote this book. So he didn't even want his name on the book. Have you noticed that there is no author on the book? Have you guys noticed that? And the reason why he said, I'm just an instrument. I just receive the information and I put it down in the book, and I want everybody to be able to have it. And it always, every single time, connects so powerfully to what it is. So arbovitae is considered the oil of divine grace, and it helps us believe that all progress must be through us trusting the divine, us being able to really surrender. And this is the oil of surrender. This is really powerful. So if you are into yoga, I love, Teddy is also a yoga teacher. I love using arbovitae on the bottoms of the feet, but it's also connected to the crown of your head, here on the top of your head, which is connected to your spirituality. And I like talking about divinity to remind ourselves that we're all divine beings, and the word divine, I grew up Buddhist, so I never really heard that word that much. But the more I understand what it means, the more it makes sense. It's you surrendering to whatever you believe in, you surrendering to something that's bigger than what we just live here on this physical planet, right? So this helps with willful, excessive effort, distrusting, rigid, fearful, controlling. So if you struggle with any of those negative emotions, you can use arbovitae. This will make you feel more peaceful, be able to surrender, more grounded, more trusting, more relaxed, bringing more grace into your days. And that's the beauty of being able to have these tools. I consider these essential oils such big tools for me as a mother, as a wife, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend, to be able to navigate through life in a more calmer manner, in a more, I want to say, more balanced way. Because life is hard, life can be crazy, right? So these little drops have been able to keep me, I would say, like even keel through all the changes that we're all going through all the time. So one thing that I did with arbovitae, and it's not very talked about, I created this blend, which is for skin, and it's blue because I put blue tansy in it, but I did put arbovitae as well. Okay, and the reason why, it's because it's amazing for the skin. That's not something that people um, use arbovitae so much for, but I learned this from Emily Wright. So Emily Wright is the one of the main founders of doTERRA. She is the heart of everything that we do in doTERRA, and she talked about arbovitae this one time, and also how she uses it for meditation as well. Some of the uses of arbovitae too is for supporting the immune system. Great for the respiratory system. It's expectorant. So to get rid of some of the gunk in your lungs, you can use arbovitae in the diffuser. This is not for eating. Okay, so you're never gonna eat arbovitae. It's for topical and for aromatic use, right? And also, arbovitae means tree of life. That's what it means. And in the ancient civilizations, it was used for rituals and some ceremonies. Okay, it's also very known, talking about back in the day how they used to use it for the respiratory system, but also connected to the uterus. Interestingly enough, they've used this to give support as a uterus tonic, okay, to tone the uterus. The smell of arbovitae is not like a cedarwood smell. It's very different. And I love mixing it with flowers. So if you do the mix in the diffuser, I just did it, of lavender and arbovitae, it will smell amazing. Okay, this is a good combo in the diffuser, right? Um, the way also to, I talk a whole lot about reprogramming your subconscious. Arbovitae can be an oil for that. Okay, and rituals, you're all invited to be part of the Essential Glow Challenge that's happening on Instagram right now. So anyone that wants to learn some rituals, which are just habits, right? We just have prettier names for it. They're just habits and routines for you to have in the morning and at night. And not only it helps you emotionally, physically, and spiritually, it also helps you get, I feel for me, it makes me feel more accomplished in every area of my life. Okay, so you're all welcome to join. So if you have any questions, send me a message. So Teddy's having some tech difficulties, but she's gonna get through this.
My volume is so low.
But we can hear you perfectly. We can hear you perfectly. How about lavender? Do you want to speak a little bit on lavender? Go ahead. We can hear you. You're fine. We can hear you.
Oh,
go ahead.
So I'm just talking about lavender now?
Yes.
Okay, so lavender is my favorite oil. I mean, I use it pretty much all day in a few different blends. I definitely use it at night on the bottoms of my feet. Sometimes I make a kind of my own version of Serenity blend in a roller bottle, and I'll combine it with either vetiver or cedarwood, and maybe like another flower oil like ylang ylang or geranium. And I just love that, you know, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll just, you know, roll it on again, like on my, you know, throat, chest, you know, wrists. And then in the morning, I actually make kind of a facial serum blend, again, using lavender and some other maybe tree oils like arbovitae or frankincense. Definitely use yarrow palm. And, I like to just, again, after I cleanse and tone, I'll, spray on or roll on, that mixture, that blend. And then I like to either, massage it in, either with, I'm using a jade roller. And I also have this, you can get this like at beauty. I have like a silicone kind of a teardrop shape, applicator. And I've noticed I use that, it really gets the product in and you use less, you use less of the products, whether it's moisturizer or the essential oils. It really works on getting it into the skin. Lavender, great for inflammation. And I recently had some permanent makeup done on my eyelids, and then also I had microblading done on my eyebrows. And just again to help healing and inflammation, I use lavender, just diluted a little bit with fractionated coconut oil, and just applied with either a Q-tip or my fingertip, on the eyelids and on my eyebrows. And I have very little swelling, and I just love that how it just really calms any type of inflammation on the skin. I have a few friends too that use lavender for allergies, when they get the seasonal sniffles or changes in environment, flowers, air pollution, whatever it is that kind of triggers the sneezing or whatever. Lavender, what they do is they just kind of do a dab and put it on their sinuses or underneath their nose. And again, I just love the smell. I've used different brands prior to using doTERRA's lavender, and lavender was one of my kind of first oils that I purchased, and absolutely love it. You can also consume it. I've done desserts, lemonades, with lavender. You can use a drop in like a frosting or a whipped cream. It makes an excellent, kind of whipped cream topping for desserts. You can also make like lavender latte, using a small amount of lavender as well.
Oh, that sounds amazing. And lavender with tea is really yummy too. So you can do some lavender tea latte. That would be really yummy. Some of the historical uses of lavender in the medieval times, they had a very divided position regarding love, right? Some of them they were some of this crazy stuff to not, they were not allowed to have this love relationships. And some believe that it would keep people from wanting to have this experience, and others would consider lavender a very aphrodisiac oil. But nonetheless, lavender is known for its calming properties. That's why a lot of baby products have scent of lavender, usually lavender and vanilla, right? So now that we have hey, Katie's here, hi. So how that you have vanilla essential oil, you can mix some vanilla into your mixes, and especially for the baby collection, I've added some vanilla drops and I do add some extra lavender drops into the baby collection to make it smell a little bit more powerful. And it has more than 70 different uses. So one of the main reasons why we have access to aromatherapy essential oils is because there was this this French chemist, Gato Fossé. He burned himself in the lab, and knowing of the properties of lavender, he burned his arm. So he put his hand and arm in the bucket of lavender, right? That's the story. And he was able to heal himself using the properties of lavender. But because when he went to the traditional medicine, they told him that there was nothing else to do, that they had to amputate his arm. So he didn't have to amputate his arm, which is that's the big story. So he started writing journals about the properties of plants, and not only lavender. And that's how this world of using the plants for to connect with our ability to heal ourselves, because your body heals itself. And that's what the essential oils do. They just make your body do what it's supposed to do. Yes, Paula, it's really amazing, right? So some of the uses for lavender is to balance the body and blends. So it's a great oil to put in blends to make it more round. Okay, and some say when in doubt, you can use lavender, and I would agree. There's another oil that I say that, which is frankincense. And lavender is just very mild. So you can comfortably use with your little ones. My three little ones, through pregnancy, through their lifetime. You know, my oldest one is going to be 7 in a couple of weeks. They have never taken anything synthetic. So we've been able to take care of them with these drops. And I'm really happy that I get to teach other moms, especially, and other families, to do the same. Now we're going to go to the energetic part of lavender, which is my favorite, right? So lavender, when Teddy was talking, I was putting some right here on my third eye. So for yoga, for the third eye, your energetic spiritual connectedness, right? Here is your spiritual eye, is connected to your intuition. And this is something that I have noticed in my career with doTERRA. It's going to be almost 10 years now, that we become more intuitive. And it's not because we were never intuitive. We're all very intuitive, but we don't intentionally work on the aspect of being more intuitive, right? But naturally, what I notice for myself is when I get in touch with nature, and whichever way you get in touch with nature, this is my way too to get in touch with nature. I get in nature every single day, but this is also a way. It makes you more intuitive. So when people that you think about call you, or you think about someone, they send you a message, or you foresee something that was bound to happen and it happens, that's all connected to your third eye. That's your ability of this spiritual and perception. Lavender is the oil of communication. So uh, it helps verbal expression. At the same time, it calms the mind. So sometimes when we feel insecure, lavender can be an oil that you go to for you to be able to express your true feelings, your true thoughts. Okay, so that's the oil that I would say that we can use for addressing deep fear of being seen and heard, when we have to hide. Hermits, you have to hide when you're blocking your expression that is true to you. And when you're going through the motions of being able to express yourself, you hold back. Instead of expressing, you hold back and you hide. This is the one that you should use. And I do say put it on your third eye. You can also apply it to your throat for you to be able to communicate. And your story is important. And I love talking about storytelling. People need to hear your story. Through your story, you are able to liberate other people. This is how I have been learning to do not hold back on my story, so I'm able to help others that go through the same or even worse situations. So the communication that we have inside our heads, right? I have, well, on average, humans have 60,000 thoughts a day. I would say that I have maybe triple that, because I'm always thinking, right? So sometimes you have these racing thoughts, and because of past experiences, when it's your time to express yourself, for example, speaking about this, going on Haps right now and then going live on here, after doing a lot of the work that I'm doing in my home country, which is Brazil, and I speak Portuguese, I've always had this big fear of speaking in English, because I thought that I wasn't going to be able to express myself so well the way that I express myself in Portuguese. And that's because we fear rejection, right? So when we allow ourselves the space to be able to get in touch with who we are and what we really think and what we really represent, and we bring forth the truth that is important to us, and we feel, for me, I feel that it can serve other people. I do not feel that I'm unimportant. I do not feel that I'm not heard. I don't feel that I'm not lovable. I feel that I'm lovable. I'm important. I have to be heard too. And so is everybody else. So this is what I encourage people to do with lavender is to use it for you to get this courageous spirit that resides within you, because we all have that. And then you'll be able to be free to share everything that it's inside your very truth, right? So on top of all the emotional uses, you have all the physical uses, and you have more than 70 different uses for lavender. And lavender, I would say, very much connected to the emotional when you're not feeling super amazing. Lavender is good when you're doing shadow work, which I'm doing all the time, and I'm doing some crazy shadow work in the past few months. That's my go-to. And it's our only in the universe of essential oils, the only company that has pharmaceutical grade lavender is doTERRA. So, and the reason why is because they're able to keep the constituents consistent, always consistent, because that's what doTERRA is, right? Because it's consistency. So that allows you to always have the results that you're looking for. So consistency is important, purity is important, and doTERRA has always had both, and doTERRA will always deliver that. So I think that's it for our BOGO Day 1. If you have any questions, again, the BOGO box is available. So in the BOGO box, you have a whole array of essential oils. If you're not a member of doTERRA, I know the word member makes people feel a little bit scared, but it's just basically you get the oils at a discounted price. You get a wholesale pricing, okay? Just like Costco. You're a member of Costco or Sam's Club, same thing. But with the BOGO box, you get the membership as a gift. So it's $197. You get all the awesome oils that we'll be talking about every single day until Saturday. You have the Adaptive Touch, Rose Touch, Turmeric Dual Chamber capsules, Copaiba Lavender, On Guard, and 6 extras that are going to come, well, 5 plus the arbovitae. Okay, so you have this BOGO box until it runs out. So until midnight, 11:59 Mountain Time, the lavender and arbovitae special is on. Okay, and the price for the lavender wholesale is $23 for 15 ml, and then you get the arbovitae as a gift, and you save $22. And if you're not a member of doTERRA, it's $30.67, and you save $29. Okay. Any questions? We're here always, heart open. This is one of my passions in life, to be able to guide people on how to be able to use nature in your daily life. Teddy, I love you. You got it. You're able to figure out.
Thank you for having me on today.
Love you, sis. Talk to y'all soon. Haps, thank you for bearing with us. I know Teddy couldn't be here for the whole time, but we're getting this thing figured out.